there movie fans, I'm John Anderson and I just watched
Beauty and the Beast.
the original animated 1991 version of Beauty and the Beast. Wasn't my favorite Disney classic growing up. I was always more partial to Aladdin, The Lion King, and Hercules, but I can't deny how good this film is, and Belle is definitely one of my favorite opening sequences of all time. So when I heard they were making a live-action remake with a stellar cast and beautiful trailers, you know I had to be there opening day. After a curse has befell a young prince, he must find someone to love him or remain a beast forever. Now let me start off by saying, do I think we need this live-action remake? No, but I think Disney did the best job that they could to modernize this classic. Emma Watson's not only beautiful in the role of Belle, but brings a strong independent nature to the iconic character. And I have to say, going into the film, I was a little concerned that I'd be distracted by Watson's singing, as it's sometimes distracting when celebrities try to sing.
There is no way to go on.
I was also concerned that I would see Hermione Granger playing Belle, but I'm happy to say that I really enjoyed her singing, and not once did I think, oh, that's Hermione Granger. All I saw was Belle. Dan Stevens as the Beast develops his character from a rude and heinous creature to a caring and understanding man, with terrific CGI that blends seamlessly that I never thought I was looking at a CGI creature. And speaking of CGI creatures, going into this film I wasn't sure if I was going to buy into the humanoid furniture, as they were very jarring in the trailer and may have worked better as cartoon characters. But once you get settled into the film, you buy into these household items as characters. Ewan McGregor and Sir Ian McKellen have great chemistry as Lumiere and Cogsworth, and definitely the standouts when it comes to furniture characters. Not to say that everybody else isn't good, with solid performances by Emma Thomas and Nathan Mack as Mrs. Potts and Chip. Luke Evans adds a more sinister side to everybody's favorite egotistical villain Gaston, and Josh Gad, who normally delivers a very over-the-top performance, delivers a more subtle performance than expected as LeFou, with his character's homosexual undertones done very tastefully, and definitely not worth banning the film for such a performance. Finally, we have Kevin Kline's Maurice, who plays the character much more straight than the goofy interpretation in the animated film. In terms of musical numbers, I thoroughly enjoyed Belle.
Bonjour. 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 Bonjour.
And other classic songs like Gaston and Something There were really good, but not great. I was also pleasantly surprised of the inclusion of If I Can't Love Her, which wasn't in the animated film, but in the Broadway version. Unfortunately, Dan Stevens doesn't have the same punch that I was looking for from the Broadway version. Lastly, Human Again isn't in this film, as it was also cut from the animated film, but in the Broadway version, which I'm okay with because it really would have hurt the pacing of the film. And speaking of pacing, that's really the only complaint that I have. The film sticks pretty close to the original, but when it ventures and expands on certain elements, it comes off as unnecessary and really slows down the film as a whole. In short, this is probably the best remake we could have gotten, with an excellent cast, and I'm happy to see that a younger generation will grow up with this classic tale. But for me personally, it still felt like a slight retread, with the few new elements that they did add just feeling unnecessary. And that's why for me, Beauty and the Beast is a really good movie. So those are my thoughts on Beauty and the Beast. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to click right here to see my review from last weekend on Kong Skull Island. Click over here to see my latest series reviews on Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End and Aliens. Also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my social media links down in the description below. And until next time, don't forget to watch the movies.